We had Rite of the Nine drop yesterday, the only dungeon that we can run on the hardest difficulty at the moment, Ultimatum mode, Spire of the Watcher. So this video, I'm just going to give y'all some tips, tell y'all some good guns to use, and how to go about kicking this activity's ass. No, this is not a guide. So I'm going to explain this from a Warlock POV. I used only 2 builds, Prisma Slide Lock, and then for final, I ran Speaker Sight as like the mechanic loadout, and then for damage, yeah, I just ran a freaking Sanguine, okay? I know not swap is active. That's why you just drop your well and then swap to your Sanguine Prisma loadout and nothing changes, all right? Also, from my experience inside of here, an Arc Titan works absolute wonders. The Storm's Keep Barricade will make your life so much easier in this activity. That 80% DR cannot go unsung. Now look, the opening, I would only say the only thing you got to be really careful of, dude, those Cyclopses, they will get you. No cap attached, they freaking hurt, okay?
Dude does no damage.
What? And then once you complete all the nodes, there will be a bit of a boss Hydra. Nuke 'em with supers, heavy, any good special weapon. Nuke 'em quick, you complete them. You'll get a chest, which is pretty cool, and you can actually get moving. Now for the first encounter, fellas, I'd recommend probably 3 heavy weapons, okay? Obviously, Eager Sword is very good here. And then something you could try would be Anarchy, because in this encounter, after you complete the nodes on each floor, you're gonna have to deal with some heavy hitting majors. On the first floor, it's just 3 Harpies. They're a little tanky, but not too bad. On the second floor, you will have a really tanky Hydra, which I have found to be probably the most annoying, as he's floating, he's far away, he's got the spinning shields, and he's got his goons in the chat to attack you from the other sides. Just be wary of that, as the Hydra that you need to kill is like an anti-elevator named enemy, okay? You'll see his name, it's different from the other ones. Those Hydras hurt though. Bring your Void Resist. On the 3rd floor, once you complete all the nodes, there will be a big Minotaur that spawns. Nuke his ass, and let's move on to the first boss. Look, our good old Spire Harpy here at the very tippy top, I'll be honest, he's actually a pushover, and the encounter is very chill, all right? There is a little bit of a change here. You now have to input the nodes in a specific order, otherwise you will be wiped. Follow that order. And then for damage here, guys, do not overthink yourselves here. Just bring it back to basics. Particle Reconstruction, Queen Breaker. Now, even though I'm on a Warlock here, I don't even bother doing any Sanguine shenanigans here. I just kept on Slide Lock, Song of Flame for the DR, walked him down a little bit, and then right like halfway through the bridge, you would stop, because his explosion after the damage phase is over is actually very lethal. Its AoE is like the size of the biggest one if you ever played Bloons Tower Defense 6, all right? It's like a god boosted explosion. Best way I can describe it. Be careful of that. You can definitely 2-phase this boss with Queen Breaker, or if your damage phase is like a little slop, it'll be an easy 3-phase. Obviously, res tokens are very important here throughout the transitions, throughout the encounters. Play your life as best as you can throughout this entire activity. The transition from 2-3, the only thing different here, the red wires. You have to connect them in an order now. Like whichever one needs to be shot will open up while the other ones remain closed. Doesn't take that much to pick up. You'll understand it immediately. Let's talk about Persis, okay? I would say you have a few options here in terms of damage. The first one that I went about using, that I just found pretty successful, is the Heathen Rocket. Reprise and Vault of Glass, Envious Arsenal, Bait and Switch, or Elemental Honing. Works great. Another heavy. Grand Overture is always there. Brain dead easy. 0 risk of blowing yourself up with, and is very, very consistent. If you do not have the Heathen Rocket, and even if you do, if you want just a chill, easy way to go about playing, just use Grand Overture. It's super simple, super free. There's nothing wrong with it. Now, the other weapon that I kind of wanted to give y'all a little bit of knowledge towards, maybe, you know, phase your eyes over to look at this bad boy. 1K, actually kind of gnarly in here. I ain't gonna lie to you. 1K is also very consistent, and it's also relatively safe. Now, those 3 are very, very consistent. However, this boss hurts a lot, and while you can 2-phase him during damage, he can walk you down and send your ass packing. So let me give you a few tips right now to help prevent that. Song of Flame ignitions, and ignitions in general, can stun lock the boss and prevent Persis from walking you down. And one of my runs with Ian and Unknown just went full on Giga Chad mode. He put on Song of Flame and a tractor cannon and a fusion rifle. Tractor, pop song, stun lock the boss. Me and Ian are doing our rocket rotos in the well in the back. Easy claps. I'm telling you, a Song of Flame slide lock Prisma Warlock is going to be amazing in here. Trust me, you want Persis to be stun locked when you're doing damage because he will walk straight up to you in your well, no diff your ass, and then you're gonna be raging. It happens, okay? When Persis starts to walk down, get out of dodge, bro. Get out of dodge, okay? I have some damage clips I'm gonna show in their just raw form so you can like hear like how we're talking and stuff like that, but trust me, do not play games with Persis. Even with the concussive and 2 void resist, this dude will cook you. Also, be careful of those supplicants. They love to give you hugs.
Looking good, OG.
Goodness, man.
They love to spawn out of thin air and do it.
My God.
They're very rage-inducing as well, my friend. Another annoying thing that they added in this encounter is the traps, the suspenders that spawn whenever you finish the red wire circuit, as they will spawn and suspend you in a Vex detainment bubble, which is a horrific scenario to be in. Watch your 6.
Come on. No way, dude. Come on, man. This is...
Alright, it's first stage done.
help.
Up Kree.
Where you guys on it?
Sure.
No, dude.
That's good.
And then one last thing, do not sleep on the greatness of Storm's Keep Arc Titan. That barricade will not only give you just free extra damage, but it's going to give you 80% DR, and that cannot be understated how good that is, okay? And then briefly before we get into the clips just by themselves, I'll tell you some other weapons that I found really good in your kinetic and energy slots. The velocity baton did not leave my energy slot once. It stayed there the entire time. A trace rifle in your kinetic slot is a godsend here. I've been using the Sunder Doctrine one. I love it. Hear me out. For Persis specifically, since that final boss area room can be very unforgiving, and I was using Heathen in my heavy, so I just had an exotic slot open. I actually put on Navigator. Trace rifle is still very good for connecting the nodes, but being able to give my teammates woven mail in that type of environment, I found to be very, very helpful. Also like the fact that it gave me woven mail as well. Thank you, sir. Also, the artifact mods help with things like Horde Shuttle and Unraveling Orbs, so it just kind of felt like it made sense. With that being said, fellas, this activity is not too hard, but it can definitely kick your butt, and I hope this video helps you kick its butt. 07 kings and queens.
I'm
I
close.
just think this be the phase.
I'm close to my super. Got it. Get out.
I have a res. I'm pretty.
Got it.
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna do my own thing.
This guy. That's gonna fuck. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. You know what I'm saying? It's over.
Doorway would have been nice.
Oh, you know what? That is not bad.
That's fine.
You would
Yeah,
have had
if he's
a
in the doorway, I
minuscule
can...
more damage if you wasn't all the way over in Timbuktu.
Yeah, if he's in the doorway, I can hot swap to Lord of Wolves and get some
It's
extra
just the
chunks.
economy.
Might be PB.
behind a barricade.
Beautiful.
Am I point? Hey, I'm gonna let him come up to here.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I'm
one-
fine with that. I'm happy with that. Shit, I'm horny for that.
Just tell him again.
Walk faster, dickhead.
Good shit.
What are we doing?
Yeah, probably.
Dude, look, he can't move.
Particle does not work on this weapon for the magazine.
Hey, man, where you going? You have a well?
Nah, bro. Oh, I burgered everything.
What does that mean?
It's like just bad.
Oh, I
The
fell.
threshold is way past that mark. That's a lie.
Okay, my volley's ready. Here's a barricade.
I love Geo.
I'm just gonna rip an 18.
Or are we gonna get 2 off?
If we had a debuff,
Yeah, really.
Could've-
or okay.
I'm fucking sliding, bro. I'm gonna.
Grab that res.
No.
Oh, that's a wipe.
No,
We don't have a res token.
Oh, I do have a res. What the hell?
You're so stupid, Kree. Ah, all right. Crash out unknown. Crash out right the fuck now.
Kree, how hard?
You are
is this
so
double
fucking brain
stack?
dead for that one. What does that even mean?
Oh, it's over, man. It's over.
You got that res? No.
No.
Okay, then it's white. I have a res. What the fuck? Look at the
Fuck
bottom
me,
right
man.
next time.
Kree, if you farm me, I'm crashing out, dude.